Have you ever heard about creating an environment for your success? It's something that comes up in productivity and habit setting a lot. And today we're going to go over 5 quick tips of how to create your environment for your success. The first thing is an obvious one. Make it easy to do the right thing. So first of all, there is a for real thing called decision fatigue. If you are trying to avoid snacking at 9 o'clock at night, it's much more difficult than if you are trying to snack at 9 o'clock in the morning. Mainly because after making decisions all day long and going through your day, it's really hard to say no. To say, I'm going to make the right choice and I'm going to do the thing that makes me feel better and achieves my long-term goals. Why? Because chips are delicious. Ice cream is tasty. It is enjoyable to sit on the couch and munch on something while watching your favorite show. So it's harder to say no if that ice cream and those chips and the delicious treats are all in the house. So the first thing is to make it easy to do the right thing. Take the decision fatigue potential completely out of the picture. Remove the snacks. On the flip side of taking things out, making it easy to do the right thing also means that you could put things in your path. So for example, a few years ago, I really wanted to read more. Reading's my favorite thing to do. It's my hobby. It's my love in life. I love to read. There were a lot of things that I did, but one of those things was that I started leaving books around the house. So there are always stacks of books on every table in the house by a surface that I like to sit on. It means that if I just go and sit down, I can start reading immediately. I don't have to go find the book. I don't have to get it. I have made it easy to do the right thing. The second thing is to create a routine around it. So let's say you're trying to floss more. Well, then you would create a routine around flossing. You would put that into your perhaps morning routine. For those of us that maybe want to start meditating or journaling, it may not even be the morning routine that's important. It may be like a beginning of work routine, sometimes just setting up a few things in place. I know a lot of people would love to be the kind of person that only is checking their email a few times a day. Well, how do you get started on that? You create routine around it. So you start to work into your routine that when you break for lunch, you're checking your email, and that is when you do it. When you are ending your day, that is when you start processing email, which making part of your routine, not only checking the email, but making sure that you have probably a good 45 minutes to answer those emails that you have not been checking for the past 4 hours. The next is to remove or add friction. So it's kind of like making it easy to do, but instead of having an object in your way or removing an object from your way, you're actually going to try to remove or add the friction-ist point. So what is that? Is that the friction of when you want to work out, of you actually having that decision to work out, but then never going beyond, I want to work out right now. You instantly say, oh, but I don't have time, or, oh, I can't do that right now. Well, a great way to remove that friction is to schedule it into your day. So at 4 o'clock, if you're not working out during your workout time, you know that there's nothing else you're supposed to be doing with your time right now besides working out. You're removing the friction from that. Now, sometimes we also need to add some friction. So for example, if you're trying to, let's say, cut down on the amount of reality TV that you're watching, well, maybe you get rid of whatever the thing is that gets you that reality TV. Maybe you cancel your cable, or I don't even know where you're watching it, but whatever way you're doing, you no longer have that thing. I'll go back to my big reading goal. When I wanted to read more, I knew I had to give up something to get the time to read more, because reading takes a lot of time each day. So I opted to stop watching things. Now, I did kind of replace that with some jigsaw puzzling that I listened to podcasts. But for the most part, I didn't want to get sucked into, on a, let's say, lazy Sunday afternoon, watching a Netflix marathon. Instead, I wanted to have a book reading marathon. So I got rid of Netflix. I don't have Netflix anymore. That friction has been removed. Or I added friction, meaning if I wanted to really watch TV, I would have to pay for Netflix or do the download or get somebody's login, and it just is not worth it. See how that works? The fourth thing is to stack habits in the location that you're doing them. So an example of this was that I use personal examples because, I'm myself here. I wanted to start taking some vitamins. Now, when did I want to start taking vitamins? Well, I had been taking some biotin, makes your hair and your nails grow nicely, when I brushed my teeth in the morning. That was great. I was stacking that habit. However, when you take a multivitamin, there's a good chance that if you take it on an empty stomach, you'll get very physically sick. So I knew I had to change that habit. So one, I was removing the habit of taking that vitamin in the morning. So that made me a little nervous. I was worried I wouldn't take it. So what I ended up doing was getting a little vitamin holder, even though I only take 2 vitamins each day, the little Monday through Saturday or Sunday, whatever. And I put my vitamins in it, and then I eat the same thing every day for breakfast. So I actually put my vitamins right next to the scoop that I use to get my oatmeal. So when I reach for the scoop, I take my vitamins out of the drawer. So it's right there. I'm stacking those habits together in the location where I know that they will do that, or that they will happen. Another thing that I've done is that I wear socks to bed. I get chilly. My feet get chilly at night, and I actually wear socks to bed that my mom has made me. So I have quite the collection of hand knit socks that my mom makes me. She makes me a pair at least a year, and I love them. So they used to be in my closet with all of my other socks. But every time I got into bed, if I didn't have my socks, I was very sad and I had to get up and go and get the socks. So I ended up clearing a drawer in my bedside table, and it is now my sock drawer. And it worked out very well because now my socks are right there. It's not really like adding in a habit, but it certainly made my life a little bit easier and made my getting ready for bed a better routine. The last is to prepare. A classic example of this is if you want to go to the gym first thing in the morning, put your gym clothes out the night before. Somebody that I read about once said that they actually have their gym clothes like on the floor next to their bed and their sneakers. So like they get out of bed and they land on their sneakers and they're like, oh, I should put these on and just go. Because once you're dressed, you're partway there. So there are many ways that you can prepare before the night before. Some of it though, the night before can be done like planning your day. So when you sit down at your desk, you're not saying, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do today. Or even worse, opening your email and then your day starts out reactive. But by preparing the night before, putting those priorities down, identifying your big things for the next day, by preparing ahead of time, you are setting up an environment for success. So all of these things. I'll review the 5. Make it easy to do the right thing. Create routine. Remove or add friction. Stack habits in the location where they need to be done. And finally, prepare. All of these things will help you create an environment for success in whatever you are trying to change by setting or ending a habit, by working on a goal, by simply making yourself feel like your day is less stressful. My name is Sierra Bailey with Doers, Shakers, Makers. I am back every week with another business tip. Thank you for watching. And if you enjoyed today's tip, please subscribe and come back next week.